Is Volkswagen of America managing IT priorities by Group 6? Volkswagen automobiles originated in Germany in 1930s. Volkswagen literally means people's car was targeted at the mass market. In 1955 to 1969, Volkswagen Beetle was a success, being the best-selling car of all time and made Volkswagen internationally popular. After the success of Volkswagen Beetle, Volkswagen sales settled into a tiring cycle of up and down because mid-level managers were falling into unhealthy habits of waiting for the next model to put the company on track instead of seeing a need to be proactive in pursuit of success. In 2001, Volkswagen Group chairman, looking at the situation, he initiated a strategy of diversifying the product offerings. To prepare for this growth in 2002, Volkswagen CEO introduced a readiness program called the Next Round Growth Program. The Next Round of Growth Program, or NRG, consists of a set of ranked high-level business goals, and number one priority is customer loyalty, followed by new vehicle value, and then stable business infrastructure. Number 4 is pre-owned vehicle business, and number 5 is to optimize the supply flow. Information technology at Volkswagen of America. IT was considered a source of overhead to be kept at substances level. CIO of Volkswagen America think that there's an issue lies in the ambiguity that surrounded the governance and development process. Looking at the situation, he set up a new IT department called Business Process and Technology and Organization, and IT projects in Volkswagen of America is prioritized based on a blueprint through process involving several entities. And this is the example or summary of the overall project prioritization process in Volkswagen of America. In implementing the new round of growth program, IT projects is prioritized based on 3 phases, as shown in the table. Phase 1 is where they're calling for all different projects and communicate with each other to know more about the projects. They group similar project, identify dependency, and all this. After that, they go to phase 2, which is for formal project request from business unit, where they make a formal request and they find the investment and technological application involved. After that, you go through to phase 3, where the final proposal is produced, and according to the level of importance framework, top-ranked priorities were awarded funding, while many others were put in order of rank for future project completion. And the result for these 3 phases was that this IT project for supply flow project is only partially funded because they realized that much of its value would only be recognized at global value, not at Volkswagen of America.
Right now I'd like to discuss the problems associated with the case. In 1992, in order to reduce short-term IT costs, Volkswagen of America signed a 10-year agreement with Pro Systems. Now, Pro Systems was an IT service provider, and they assumed responsibility for the maintenance, repair, and operation of the IT production environment. The problem with this is that it left Volkswagen of America with less than 10 internal IT staff. So here we see there's insufficient IT knowledge within Volkswagen of America. In 1999, a new Volkswagen group was created called Jettis USA Inc. And it was created to so that Jedis would assume responsibility for administering the outsourcing contract with Pro Systems and would assume responsibility for IT operations at the expiration of the Pro contract in 2002. Problem with this is that all of Volkswagen's of America internal IT department employees were transferred there. So again, it left them with very little um, IT knowledge within Volkswagen of America. So here we see there's no single entity in charge of overall processes. There's no single point of governance. No department where you can really go to get your problem solved. So another problem that we see in the case is that Volkswagen of America had difficulty deciding which projects would be funded. Uh, Different business units were coming to the management with ideas and reasons why their projects should be funded, and it was really difficult for them to sort everything out. So we see here Matulovic put a program management office in place, and basically the program management office was to focus on the project's execution phase before anything went through. So they were trying to figure out, are we doing the right projects? And then finally, the company's global supply chain management objective was left partially funded, mainly because there was insufficient money at Volkswagen of America to continue the objective. So this was a big problem for them, and they needed to figure out what they were going to do in order to solve that problem.
Now we know the problem. We need to come up with solutions to figure out them. Before that, we need to set up some evaluation criteria to measure our solution. The first evaluation criteria is the establishment of gateways. USA is more efficient than signing a 10-year agreement with parallel system in terms of internal IT support. Um, from the current situation, we know the company signed a contract with outsourcing provider, and even though it reduces the cost of labor, it still eliminates the uh, the knowledge of IT within the company. The second evaluation criteria is GATA's USA parallel system and Volkswagen e-business teams cooperated that create a new IT environment in company. The new pattern decentralized the power of one single entity in charge of overall IT process, reducing the risk. Because we know, um, like because we know the e-business, it create digital, it creates the digital market sales and combine the customers in and interacting the customers in a new way. Um, but if they are existed separately, it is really costly for the company. Mm, but the better way is to cooperate them, and they have the same goal, so they can achieve the same standards. And the third evaluation criteria is to see if the change in strategy, business architecture, and performance is based on enterprise-wide model from the project to goal association. As the decision maker, they should consider IT and project proposal and approval process, not just the project. It should be based on um, the the overall goal of the company. The first of evaluation criteria is the critical factor to influence funds. organization should have blueprint upon the global level, not just the local goal. Now, the global integration plays a significant role in the company. And so the company is not uh, just consider the important level, important level, and should consider the global, recognize the global level.
Volkswagen of America has a few alternatives that they can try to solve their problems. First, they need to make IT the top priority. They need to establish a permanent internal IT department with one single entity in charge. Now, a pro of this would be that the legacy systems would be updated and more able to handle more complex processes and grow with the company. Also, instituting a single governing body helps cut down on the confusion. A con is that IT is expensive and it's difficult to find a good team to handle all the complexity. A second alternative is that they need to streamline the path to choosing the appropriate projects to fund. A pro would be that managers would be less able to trick the system by mislabeling or labeling projects in different ways. Also, information overload would be eliminated. The burden would be shared among all the parties. A con is that involving all levels in this decision-making process is difficult, and the entire process would have to be restructured, and that would cost a lot of time and money. A third alternative is that they need to agree upon their strategy locally as well as globally. A pro of this would be that communication would improve unity among all the goals and growth can occur in both locations. Global level projects would receive equal priority instead of being discriminated against locally. Now, a con is that communication between partners is expensive. Volkswagen of America would lose some of their autonomy, and goal setting would take more time since information has to travel through so many channels.
Hi, I'm Anthony. We're going to talk about the best solutions. First, your primary will be fiscal. Profit, which is always management priority, rate of return, growth, and then rate of investment. Second will be the firm, the objectives and the goals, the viability of the project, the success, and then the establishment of brand. Third will be the environment, which will be the legal, the competition, the stakeholders, and the standards the company wishes to keep. Fourth is technology, how integrated we can get it, how feasible it will be, how complicated it will be able to be used, and the personnel and technology that can be obtained. Fifth is the uncertainty or risk, which will be the limit of technical problems, configuration problems, expenditure, overtures, and the degree of the magnitude of the project. Finally, management have to have their approval, have their unified help, support, and fusion to continue the process. Conclusion, in order for all these to work, we have to ensure innovative projects are funded. The company strategy should dictate project direction, utilize resources efficiently so a maximum amount of projects get funded, and achieve agreements and the support of the CIO.